Looks like some of us get to score a total colossal I told you so moment over Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Finance Minister Bill Morneau as they now try to eke out a spring budget in the midst of all of this economic turmoil. Backtrack a little, 2015 election. Stephen Harper said, we're looking at a surplus coming up next time around. Tom Mulcair, NDP leader, he said, you know what? We got to keep going with balancing the budget, working towards a surplus. It would be just reckless otherwise. Justin Trudeau, maybe looking to differentiate himself from the Conservative and NDP leader, says, here's a crazy idea. I'm going to propose modest deficits of only $10 billion to kickstart the economy, to grow the economy, to get projects going, infrastructure projects, to create jobs. What do you think, folks? And at the time, the Canadian public, well, they were kind of interested in it. They thought it didn't sound too bad, even though a number of us said, well, hold on a second, though. We're not in a recession. Times are not bad. Is this really what you want to do? And Justin Trudeau and Bill Morneau said, not only is it what we want to do, we want to break that $10 billion promise. We're going to go up to almost $30 billion in annual deficits. And the numbers continued to chalk up over, well, we're now at year 5. They're planning for the 6th year of a budget there. Really quite something to see all of this unfold. And along the way, there were warning signs that this was not the wisest thing to do. I'm the guy who broke the news back in 2017 that a document came out from Bill Morneau's own department, his own researchers, who said that if the feds continued on the track they are on, this would put at risk the fiscal sustainability of the federal government. And I thought, whoa, what on earth does this report mean? Because they did the biggest document dump ever. You know how we say you drop news at 5 p.m. on a Friday if you don't want people to know about it. Well, this news was dropped at 5 p.m. on the Friday just before Christmas on December 23rd of that year. So that was clearly them really wanting to downplay all of this. And what it basically said is if you run deficits like this for more years and you keep it going, by the 2030s, the 2040s, the federal system would collapse. And I remember I called some academics and some economists. I said, am I reading this right? I mean, I've been reading my own government documents for years, but they're kind of saying that the government will just fall apart and that they won't be able to pay old age security premiums. They won't be able to pay their bills. Just money will just stop being able to flow from general revenues. And they said, yeah, that's what this report says. So that is just how dire the pathway the Liberals put us on. Now, of course, the report said if they scale back those deficits, if they stop running $20 billion deficits every year, then things will markedly improve and you will not go over the cliff. But it was a cautionary tale from Bill Morneau's own people. So a lot of us said, come on, surely you got to do this. And surely it's got to be something that Trudeau's only doing the first couple of years to buy people a bunch of goodies and then get re-election. Well, he's been re-elected and they showed no sign of returning to fiscal sanity. Their original promise was to get back to balance in, I guess, year 5 or year 4, just at the end of their first term. That did not happen. And a lot of us also cautioned the problem is, and the reason why, you want to scale back your deficits when times are good and even start paying down the debt and get different cash hoards available on the side. You want to put money away for a rainy day fund is in case things suddenly do turn bad. You want to make sure you have wiggle room. Well, look at where we find ourselves now. We have had the blockades that have brought our economy to a standstill. That has had a negative economic impact. We've got Warren Buffett now saying, Quebec LNG projects, I'm ghosting away from this, taking billions of dollars out of the Canadian economy. And Warren Buffett is a value investor. And what that means is he doesn't do this day trading stuff based on, what's going to be hot tomorrow and so forth. He looks at the underlying fundamentals and he invests for the long term. Warren Buffett has effectively said there's no value in Canadian markets anymore, at least not when it comes to the energy sector. Big problem there. And then we have the latest massive thing that has happened to the markets, a major meltdown, one of the worst that they have had in years. Single day trading, seeing the TSX down by 10%. Cenovus Energy was down 50% at one point. The whole capped energy industry down something like 27%. At the time of me recording this, things have rebounded just a little bit, but still, we are seeing major problems because of coronavirus concerns and spats between Saudi Arabia and Russia over oil. Major turmoil in the markets and major problems for the economy. And guess what? Justin Trudeau and Bill Morneau are trying to cobble together the spring budget now. They say they want to bring relief for people, they want to send good signals to the market, and they want to show relief for folks who maybe will have to not be at work because of the coronavirus. People working as frontline cashiers and all those positions that'll be told to stay home, they will not get paid. I will be supportive of relief measures like that. But where are you going to get the money from? We've been telling you for years, stop this profligate spending, stop all of this deficit spending, get reserves, get a rainy day fund for when something just like this happens. And they didn't. They didn't because of what? Because they thought it wouldn't happen to them, because they just wanted to own Stephen Harper and show how they're different from him and so forth, because they thought that socialism works in Canada. I don't know what it was, but the obstinate of it all, of both Justin Trudeau and the obstinacy of Finance Minister Bill Morneau, who he should know better. Morneau Chappelle is basically an actuarial firm, and that they calculate, long-term risks and all that kind of stuff. I mean, his professional background is that he should really know better than doing all of this, yet this is the situation they have brought us to. I hate to say it, I really do, because this is hardships for people, but I told you so.